The more I talk to the MAGA base, which I do on a daily basis, sadly, please help. I'm dying inside. It's my choice, because I definitely want to break through to some of them. Like I've said in previous videos, most of my family are on the MAGA side. They're libertarians, they're Republicans, the traditional ones, and the newer radical ones, the Trump ones. So I have an invested interest in conversing with these people. As psychologically damaging as it is, I still do it. And I want to break through. Like I said, I want to break through. But man, it's just it feels most of the time it's fruitless. But there are some things to be learned during this process that I put myself through of trying to converse with the MAGA base primarily. And that's these people are the people that this country has failed. Just some of them. I mean, this country has failed a lot of people. This government has failed a lot of people. And the MAGA base are just some of those people. So I don't even feel offended by them much like I used to. I really don't. I take offense at their views and what they've been indoctrinated to believe, and that's why I engage with them. And we all should, to debunk it, to enlighten, to punch through the right-wing media indoctrination that these people are under. And man, that's the futile part. I really feel that the most. Like the indoctrination the right wing has is so fortified. The right-wing media sphere is so fortified. It's hard to punch through. It really is. And that's probably one of my biggest problems, is combating what these people have learned through their MAGA media outlets, the propagandists who are giving them the disinformation and so on. It's hard to punch through. It really is. And I give up a lot, but I always come back for more, because I want people to get out. I want people who are entrenched in the right-wing propaganda swamp. I want to pull out as many as I can, as futile as it may seem. Because I see that with my family. I see that with my inner circle. It's something I feel like I have to fight, and that we do have to engage in, regardless of how it makes us feel, which obviously it makes me feel terrible. But the goal is to pull them out. But one thing that I tell myself that makes me feel a little bit better is that these are people this country, this government has failed. We have failed to educate these people. We have failed to provide adequate health care for these people. We have, especially mental health care. We have denied, the United States government has denied its citizens adequate education and adequate health care. That's just a fact. We know in this country that health care and education are primarily for those who can afford the quality kinds of education. It's a very rigid class system we have here, where only a certain number of people can get education and good health care. And that's why I advocate for Medicare for all. That's why I advocate for college for all. And when I see the MAGA base, when I interact with the MAGA base, I'm talking to people who primarily aren't well. They're not doing well financially. They're not doing well with their mental health. They're under a severe, influence of right-wing propagandists. And that goes back to thinking critically. These people have not been taught to think critically. and they've been propagandized to believe education is something awful, and they're trying to indoctrinate you. No, education is supposed to be there for us to initiate a process of critical thinking, expose us to different modes of thinking and conversing and learning, to where we can think critically, and we can sniff out the propaganda, and we can figure out what is fact and what isn't, and so on and so forth. Become a critical thinker. But all I see in the MAGA base is the indoctrination, the repeated talking points of indoctrination from those in the right-wing media sphere, and that's their education. When we don't educate our citizens, they are prey to propagandists, okay, and propaganda. Whether it's Fox News, whether it's Newsmax, whether it's people like Steven Crowder or Joe Rogan, or you know their names, you know who they are. Those people become the arbiters of education to the right wing of this country. And that's why we're in so much trouble. They don't, they see democracy as a complete and total threat. They see women's rights as a total threat. Trans people, gay people, brown and black people, this constant flux of us versus them mentality. We don't have these people. We've never given them opportunities to educate themselves, so they are educated with some of the worst people who could possibly educate them in this country, and I mean that by right-wing grifters, okay, who know there's a market for dupes in this country who can't tell the difference. And that's what's happening. That's what I see. That's what I converse with every day. People who listen to Alex Jones, people who, listen to Tucker Carlson, and these people become the substitution for education in this country. And that's why we're so bad off right now, which is one of the many reasons. So we have to really look at the MAGA base and say, we have failed you, okay? Just step out of the discourse for a minute and into some reality here. We have failed you. Okay? So we don't need to hate them. We need to attack their political beliefs and their toxic right-wing indoctrination. That's why we need to converse and politically go to bat against them, because what they have been indoctrinated to believe is very, very dangerous. Like I said, Jason Stanley, a professor at Yale University, said America is right now in its fascism's legal phase in the United States. That's what's going on right now. The High Court has just legalized discrimination, and it can only be downhill from there. Okay? And it's going to come back on them too. It's going to come back on Christians. It's going to come back on the religious. It's going to come back in many ways. It will not stay with the discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community. It's going to start there. We failed so many people, folks. We have to do so much better.